Hope it does, in that case. All right, let's check with our friend Paul over here.
Yep.
Got his little buddy.
Yeah, brought Dagny in for a usual Friday morning appearance, even on New Year's. And I got to ask, it's a New Year's Day question.
Yeah.
Any resolutions?
No, I think the only thing I do, I tell my wife I'm going to try to be a better man. That's about it.
I don't make many resolutions. This is the first New Year's I've been married, so I'm saying just be a good husband. And after the wedding, there's the tendency to get a little bit of mid-waist spread a little bit.
Yeah, but you try. You go out and run pretty good.
I go out and run, but there was some poundage that was added, so there's time to tuck into a fitness routine.
Built
I think,
for
the
comfort,
new year.
not for speed.
Yeah,
right?
exactly. I turned 40 this year, so there's some fitness goals I'd like to hit before before I tee off on the back nine. Dagny's out here. She's going to go with a run with me later on today. I'm going to be bundled up. She has fur, so she's fine. Looking outside, a lot of cloud cover, but that's not going to be permanent across the mid-state. Finally, we're going to shake some of these clouds. Looking out from the Webb School in Bell Buckle right now, nothing falling out of the clouds, as I'll show you on the radar in just a moment. Checking on the city of Clifton and Wayne County, a little hints of light filtering through the clouds. A little breeze stirring around there, but for the most part, the winds are close to calm, so there's not much wind chill to contend with this morning. And the cloud cover was thin enough overnight that some moonlight actually did filter through the clouds, which is why I think we're going to see more sun filtering through as the sun comes up in the next 10 minutes or so, which is going to help to warm the ground up. That helps to get rid of the cloud cover, kind of burning off from underneath. That's the way things generally work, which is probably more atmospheric science than you wanted to learn on New Year's morning. Let's check out what things look like right now. Again, some hints of precipitation showing up on the radar, just this ghostly little green pattern here. That's not hitting the ground. The air is just too dry. Temperatures are chilly, though. Let's take a look at those. Those are in the neighborhood of freezing right now around most of the mid-state, including 33 degrees right now, tied for one of the warmer spots in Nashville with Gallatin, Murfreesboro, and Lawrenceburg. 34 is the warm spot in Parsons, 27 Paris, 28 in Murray. The cloud cover is already a little bit thinner in that part of the mid-state. Plus, the chilly air has been heading in from that direction anyway. You've been colder the past several days, but everybody now is kind of on an even playing field. No big contrast in temperatures across the mid-state. And yes, we are going to get rid of the clouds. Sometimes the computers are a little too optimistic in terms of how fast the clouds clear out. The clearing line might be advancing a little bit slower than what Futurecast depicts, but I do think we are going to bulldoze the clouds out of here, just kind of squeegeeing that moisture off to the east. But we're not going to be seeing any precipitation out of those clouds even when they're overhead. Clear skies tonight, that means cold temperatures. No blanket of clouds overhead tomorrow morning to hold any warmth into the ground. So we're going to start off Saturday morning in the mid-20s across most of the mid-state, but then a lot of sunshine throughout the day on Saturday. Really hardly a cloud in the sky, just a few fair weather clouds down to our south in Mississippi, Alabama, and Georgia. And temperatures will warm up to the upper 40s. That's just a tiny bit above average for the second day of January. Another cold start Sunday morning with more clear skies overhead, but then we should be back up to around 50 degrees for high temperatures the second half of the weekend. We'll show you the 7-day forecast one more time coming up in just a few minutes. First, let's check out the dog walking forecast, more appropriately, the dog running forecast. Dagny, you want to go for a run? She does want to go for a run. Okay, so she's on the same page as me. We are motivated today. 40 degrees. Yeah, that's motivated for her.
It's called guilt.
That might be true as well. 40 degrees by noon. We're going to warm up to the mid-40s this afternoon, and then we'll be back down to around 41 degrees if you're going to be heading out a bit later on today. By 5 p.m., temperatures should be just above 40 still at that point, and then cooling down into the 30s this evening. Winds light enough they shouldn't cause any additional difficulties. But yeah, New Year's Day seems like noontime is kind of the typical moment when people find some motivation to get out for some exercise. We'll, again, show you that 7-day forecast in just a few minutes.
Well, the Vols game starts at 11 this morning. So
yes, maybe halftime run?
Halftime?
Yeah, start slow.
That'll
Gotta
be
crawl
a time
before you can
schedule.
walk.
Got